Okay, y'all, I am back for part two. So for part two, I have some books that I've sorted by artist, and we are going to go ahead and get started with my Misfits books. So Misfits are, I guess, some people don't like them. I love them. I think I discovered them by seeing May Brock's. I discovered Misfits through her because she would color them and post the pictures, and I was so intrigued because the art style looked so cute. And then I did a little bit more further investigation to see flip throughs of these books on YouTube and whatnot, and then I fell into that rabbit hole, and I have quite a few Misfits books, and they are by White Stag Tara Biddlespatcher. Here is Misfits number 8. This is an alien coloring book, and I do not have all of her books, but like I said, I do have quite a few. Here I've done this alien, and I had a lot of fun doing her. I used some alcohol marker as a base, and then went over her with Prismacolor, I believe, and I love to do an unusual skin color just as much as I like to do a regular skin color. And this was so much fun because I had never done purple skin before. I think it came out awesome sauce. And I had a lot of fun splattering some acrylic paint in the background to make it look like, it was pollen and spores because it's called Space Spore. And I used acrylic paint. Fun times in the background. And yeah, I really like how she came out. And I think she's adorable. I think that's the only one. Yeah, I have a couple pictures here that I would like to do, but I just have not gotten to them. But yeah, here is Misfits number 8. Misfits number 3. And this one is a bit more lighter with the artwork. Some of them can be dark, and then, there are some lighter pictures, I guess. But I just like her art style, so it doesn't bother me. And I recently did this one, I think in February. Yeah, I did this in February, and this was really fun. This is called Deserted Island Like Dessert, and I drew the chocolate drops. And I'll go into greater detail about what I did about using gouache and whatnot in the February completed pages video. But yeah, I had a lot of fun coloring her, and I have some glossy accents on the lollipops to make them super shiny. And there's some stickles on her little inner tube or whatever this is right here. And what else have I done? Oh, the Wizard of Oz is done here, and she looks like Scrump from Lilo and Stitch. And I think that's all I've done in this one. I haven't done very many in here. Yep, I think that's it. So we'll move on to the next one. So here is Misfits volume 13. This one is a fairy coloring book. They all have different themes, and so I've done this one called Butterfly. Had a lot of fun making her little fairy dust, and her dress is washi tapes. What else have I done? I don't mark anything because ain't nobody got time for that. Okay, so here's what I recently completed. I think, whoops, sorry, shook the tripod. I think I wrote the date down. February 16th. Had a lot of fun completing her, and I had fun making this background. Really like the end result, and it's just like her eyes are so soulful, and I love it. And I think that's the only one I've done in this one. Those two. Yep, we can move on to the next one. Here is number 5. This one is a nautical coloring book. I've done 1 or 2 in here. This was the very first one that I did in this book when I got this book, and it's called Seahorse. And I did put stickles on her and her little seahorse. I was going to say her unicorn horse thing. That doesn't sound as smooth as seahorse. But yeah, that was done. Oh yeah, I remember I did this a long time ago, like 2018. This is a whip, and I had some Ganzai Starry watercolor on here, and I just never got back to it. I have an idea of what to do with the background, but I don't know, I lost my motivation for this picture, and it's just been sitting. But I did use alcohol marker as a base. And what else have I done in this one? Oh, Down with the Ship. This was done quite a while back as well. And I think that's it. I really want to do this one. I keep marking it, and I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, I really do love my Misfits, and I'm just so grateful that I chose to look them up once I saw May coloring in them years ago. So we'll move on to my next one. Here I have Misfits number 11. This one is a nautical theme as well. And I've done like 1 or 2 in here. So I've done the diver, and I think this one is so funny. This page just speaks so much, like her expression and what she's doing down here, and then him just here. And I don't know, I just really like it. And I used Prismacolor or Black Widow or something like that for this helmet, and it didn't quite take away the tooth of the paper, and I really love that effect because it makes it look like it has texture to it, and texture sometimes in a picture is not a bad thing for me. I actually welcome it at times, and yeah, I think this came out really good. And I did their glow with just scribbling out some pencil on this black acrylic matte paint background. And that's how it came out, so they could look like they're like electricity. And yeah, I don't know, I just really like it. I think it's a fun picture. I love her. I want to do this one. Let's see. Oh, and this one was done a while back where I had fun drawing the license plate and the fish bones, and like they just ate. So yeah, they're in the water, and I like her. She just looks like she's over everything. And I was just playing with my Neo color too, with the ocean and whatnot. And I think that is everything that I've done in this book. Yeah. Here is Misfits number 10. This is the winter fantasy one, and I really hope that she does another winter or Christmas theme one because I adore this one. And I got this one early on in my coloring journey. So here is a fly and an ice cube, and I remember having fun watering down acrylic paint doing a lot of this picture. And then she's done a Prismacolor, and I made her purple because, you know, she's really cold in there. And I had a lot of fun doing the different snowflakes. Here's another one. This is winter moths that I've done, and she has like pale blue skin. This is Peppermint Fair. I remember being heavily disappointed about this background, and then my color choices for her I just really did not like, but you know, she's completed. Here we have On Strike, one of my favorites because I love her expression, and I love how I did her hair. I did her hair with a Sharpie pen, and I just did like scribbles to make it look like she had locks or whatnot. So yeah, that's my little cute elf that's on strike, and she has stickers on her boots. And I drew the little pom-poms on the bottom of her skirt. And I made this a chocolate bar. It wasn't a chocolate bar. It was just like a piece of square. And then I just drew this in to have a bit more to the picture. And because it was a gumdrop house, I was like, well, why can't it be a chocolate bar that's outside the house? I thought that would be cute. So I did that. And I think that's it that I've done in this one. Just making sure. Yeah, I think that is everything she wrote. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Misfits number 1. This is the very first one. And I've done a couple in here. We've got a most gracious outing. And I remember just having fun playing with paint and making a red sun and red clouds just to be a little different than the norm. And I have Misfit toys, and I guess this is like the island of Misfit toys. It's self-explanatory. We've got this one. Here I've done war games, and I drew the camouflage on him because, you know, he could be like an army dummy or whatever. I don't know what these little characters are, but they're all over her books, and they look like little dummies or little like people that could have been teddy bears or something, but I don't know. And there's some glitter gel pen on here, and yeah, I did this a long time ago. Now I think about it. Whoops. Here is my what is this? The Princess Train. That's what this is called. And I drew the fireworks in the sky, and there may be some stickles on their tiaras or their crowns. And I had a lot of fun with this one. And I made the smoke from the train like cotton candy smoke because it's a princess train, because, you know, the people lit fireworks to welcome them. I hope, you know, it'll be a nice place. And I have some glitter gel pen, I think, on her tights right here. So yeah, this one was really fun to do. I really don't like coloring this cat. I think I just marker based him and called it a day. I didn't want to be bothered with him because I do not like to color fur. Surprisingly, I do not like to color fur, but I like to color hair. It's so funny. Sometimes I don't like to color hair, to be honest, but you know. Okay, so that was Misfits number 1. My last Misfits book to round everything out is Misfits number 12. And this is a Halloween coloring book. I don't know why there is a poster board in here. Why is there a poster board in here? I don't know. Oh, it's marking this one. So that's why that's in there. Because I started this a couple weeks ago doing the zombie skin. And I have an idea for it. And then I just lost motivation and haven't been in the mood to come back to it. And I love her. I want to color her the one-eyed, one-horn, flying purple people eater. I remember that from Barney. And I'm going to make her purple, obviously. But yeah, I'm going to come back and color her. I like her a lot. So I've done this mummy one called Bandage. I really like how this came out. This was with Prismacolor. I did like indigo and black. So I really like how that came out. But there's some gold paint on her. And I did my little white hair effect for her. I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, I didn't skip anything. And then I have What I've Become, where I've done this one. And I think she has some glitter gel pen, like on the shoelaces on her. I love her hair, her little curls. She doesn't illustrate hair like that often. Usually it's straight or whatever, but I really like that hairstyle. I really like this one too. And I don't just color these at Halloween. I color them like whenever I'm in the mood for them. Yeah, so that's everything for my Misfits. Alrighty, moving right along to my Hannah Lynn's. I don't have all of her books, and I have, I think, like 3 or 4, because I really wasn't a Hannah Lynn fan before, to be honest. But when she came out with Steampunk Darlings, I fell in love with it because it was kind of like Victorian theme, and then she came out with Victorian Darlings, and I was like, oh, I gotta get that one. But this one is my latest Hannah Lynn book. I was about to say Hannah Montana, Lord. This is my most recent Hannah Lynn book, and I've done this one. And I've recently completed another one in here, which is this one, because, you know, I just got this one not too long ago. So that's it for this one. Here is Steampunk Darlings, my first purchase by Hannah Lynn. And I have a failed buddy color that Sammy, Francis, and I were doing. And I didn't like my color, so I just abandoned her. And I really need to do another one, but I gotta be in the mood for it. I'm a mood person. I color by mood. Here is this one with the glitter, the stickles, and I used Black Widows, I remember. And look at this skin. I used Black Widows for her, and look how light this is. That may have been my intention, but now I do like, I could have done a couple more layers to really make it pop. But, you know, you live and you learn. And this was like, you know, last year sometime, so that's interesting. Here we have Sonia, which I recently did, and we have Henrietta. Don't ask me why I remember these names. And I think this was one of my first times using gouache for this candle flame and these curtains up here. When I first got the Arteza 60 set of gouache, it's washi tape for her skirt. Here are the couple from this one. It's titled Railroad Rendezvous. And I really love them. And I just think they're adorable. And she's bookmark next to do for me. I really want to complete that one. And I also want to complete this one too. So those two are in my mind to do. Just making sure I got everything. Yep. Let's move on. Alrighty, so we have Mythical Maidens, obviously by Hannah Lynn, and I've done a few in here. So this was a whip I had for a long time, and I really don't like it, so I'm just going to try a different approach with the next one, because you get 2 copies. I didn't like all this tree stuff, so what I did was use gouache to try to take it out, but I just don't like my colors and everything, so when I do this one, it'll be a different approach. But yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to that one. I have my very first buddy color with the beautiful Color at V's. Her, Francis, and I, we did this one. And I think this is like Mother Earth or whatnot. And I loved this picture. And I used Stickles to the Death on the water. And yeah, it was really fun. And it's just so, like, I just love to look at it. It relaxes me. I don't know why, but it does. And I used, like, a washi tape on her top right here. And wow, I thought I've done another picture in here. In my mind, a lot of pictures are already colored, y'all, but I just didn't do them. I was going to do this for Valentine's Day, and then I wasn't in the mood. And I was going to do this one like a couple weeks ago, but I just didn't come to it. So yeah, I don't know. In my mind, a lot of these are colored, but we'll just move on to the next book. Okay, one of my favorites, the Fairy Tale Princesses and Storybook Darlings. And I've done one or two in here. So here is Princess and the Frog. This was the very first picture that I did when I got this book. And I used a marker, alcohol marker base for a lot of the picture. This is washi tape for her dress down here. And then as you can see, glistening, shimmering, and glittering are some stickles going on here. And I really think that this is supposed to be a tree when I look at it now. But I thought that was water, so I don't know. Maybe if I do it over, it could be a tree. I don't know. But yeah, that was the end result for this picture. And then I have this one. This is the Fairy Godmother. And I had a lot of fun using gouache. And only thing in my mind when I colored this was the movie Enchanted with Amy Adams. And they're making a Disenchanted. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'll watch it. But we got to see what the plot of that's going to be, because I did not like those roaches and stuff in Enchanted running around. It grossed me out. And birds and stuff with the animals. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. I digress. Yeah, here we are with the Fairy Godmother. And I think that is it. Oh my gosh, I thought I colored more in this book than this. I have not. Oh my goodness. Okay. Lastly, by Hannah Lynn, I have my Victorian Darlings book. And this one is bent. It's coming back around because it used to be worse. I got to keep sitting it underneath heavy things. So here is this one. And I think it's like Winnie and Jane is this one's called. I don't know how I remember that. But she has washi tape for her dress. And I did use an alcohol base for a lot of this picture. And there is some glitter gel pen on this picture. But it's just so cozy. I love it. I did this in like 2-3 hours, probably like 2 hours, I think I said. Here's this one that I've done with her at the dress shop, and it is some glitter gel pen on the wall. I just wanted it to be really like feminine, and like little girls come here and like get their dresses made. So that was my inspiration for that picture. So many pictures that I want to do in these books. It's ridiculous. Here was a buddy color with Coloring F. And this was the picture that I did when I first got this book. And I had a lot of fun using stickles and whatnot. And using the vintage circus colors. And I think that is all she wrote for this one. My mom wants me to do this one. But I really don't want to be bothered with this. With this horse, I just don't want to be bothered with it. I'm just making sure I have everything, and I think I do. Yep. Okay, so here I have Mermaids by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, and it's only one and a whip in here. So one I showed a couple months ago for my completed pages. I did the mermaid back here, like Ariel. That's a bookmark for my mom that I haven't torn out yet. Oh, I forgot I did this one recently. How did I forget her? Oh my goodness. So yeah, I was really proud of her. And there is some stickles on the leash of the fish. And, you know, my little bronze people that I did. Bronze statue people, copper people, whatever. And then my whip that I recently showed with my ashy babies and my pretty Venus lady. And that's it. Here is her very first book, the Fantasy Art Adventure book by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. And I've done a few in here, and there are some whips like this one. And what's sad about this is I don't even remember what colors I was using to do the gold for his wings, and then I started to do this. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to work something out with that because I don't write things down. This one I did, which I was inspired by a color palette on Pinterest to do, and I don't know what to do with the background, so I had just left it. But she is done, in my opinion. I have my fairy that I did, finished her February 18th, 2019, and I used a lot of black widows on her, and I did everything in my power not to make her green, even though it says absinthe. And there is some glitter gel pen on my butterflies. You can see that, and I really enjoy coloring her. I have my Halloween Twilight, which I just completed the end of last year. And she's stickled to death for her dress, where I made her a vampire. I really, really, really want to do this one. And I'm thinking about copying it just in case I screw up. And I don't want to mess it up where I can't ever color it. Okay, so I have Amara and the book. And I actually finished this January 22nd. 2019, so she's been a hot minute sitting being done. I have this one, this one was done in January 2019. She was done in 2018. Oh right, duh, it's right here. August 21st, 2018. This one was 2019. And I used polychromos for her skin. And polys don't work well for me personally on this paper. I stick to my Prismas because Prismas work awesome on this paper. But I was just experimenting, trying to see. And she's super washed out. Like, this is Prisma, this is polys. So, you know. But I really like this picture because it had the food. And I used a tutorial from Helen Elliston to do these grapes, I remember. And they came out really good. And yeah, I really don't like how I did my wolf fur. I think I stopped the pencil when I was doing the fur instead of just like free strands like I learned to do now. So, you know, learning and growing, y'all, learning and growing. So yeah, that was this picture. I had this one marked because I love her hair and dress in this chair, and I do not want to color this cat. So yeah, I need to figure something out about how I can get around that one. Don't like the fur. I think that's it. Oh no, how could I forget Sonora? She was done in 2018. And I freaking love how intense her series, and I love how I did her makeup. And she has some Ganzatambi Starry Gold watercolor on her and her little cat right here. And I really wish that I wrote this color combination down. Although I could pretty much tell it's like Spanish orange, canary yellow. I could just tell mineral orange or something like that. Because I know my Prismas so well. It's crazy. Yeah, but this was this one that I've done. And I think that's it for this one. Oh yeah, this is one that I have marked too to do. So many that I just gotta get to. The Halloween one. So, in the Halloween one. Oh, I have this one marked because I want to do this, but I don't want to do these wolves. This long abandoned whip that I had. I don't even color skin like this anymore, which is funny. I did this in, I want to say 2019, sometime early on, because I was demonstrating how to do white hair. And I did her white hair with a purple, like a lilac base. And then I went over it with my Posca. So you can do it different ways. I have this one's called Spiders and Skulls. This is a super old whip because I don't do skin like this anymore. And I've not gotten back to it. And then this one was done 2019? I don't know. I can't remember. I do not recollect. But I did them like the Joker. And they have candy corn hats. So that's that one. I don't think I have very many done in here. Nope. Yeah, no. So we can just go ahead and move on. Here I have Minuet de Bonheur by Konoko Agusa. Minuet de Bonheur. I don't know. I try to speak French. I took French in 5th grade. My double page wedding spread that I have not gotten back to, and I really need to get back to because my little man bunny right here is so handsome. And he got his confident walk going on coming in here. And I remember using gouache to do the bunting, and this came out so nice, like better than I expected when I did it. And then I used gouache for this, but I'm thinking I may come and do another layer when I get to it, because this was my Arteza gouache that I did this with, and Prismacolor for the actual coloring. But what turns me off about this page is I'm sick of doing leaves. I did as much leaves as I could, and I spaced doing these leaves out in months time, and I'm sick of them already, and it's so many freaking leaves, and I'm just over it. And I don't want to mess up their fur, like, because I'm not good at fur. I'm not confident in my skills at fur. So, you know, that's why it's just been sitting here, and I've colored pieces of it here and there. So here I have the wedding spread, double page spread that I did quite a while back here, and I have some gold Ganzatambi Starry Gold watercolor. I don't know if it's going to show on the curtain, and on the table, and on her little dress. And I really like how I did the bride shoes. I put some like little polka dots glitter on here. And this is my rose gold that I really like to do sometimes. I'm sorry if y'all hear my blinds blowing. I have my window open and it's rainy and gray. And if they fall because they have a tendency to do that because the wind is like really, really blowing. Anyway, this one was a buddy color with Sammy and Francis, and this was my favorite picture. Like before I even got this book in a flip through, I picked this picture out to do. And sorry for the transition, but I didn't want my phone to cut me off while I'm talking. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this one because I love Alice in Wonderland, and there's gold paint here and there on the picture. And then I did my marble effect on my chess pieces. And yeah, this was like super OG, y'all, like 2018 or something like that, I believe. Oh, I'm missing one. Oh, my little Japanese bunny and her kimono, and she has some glitter gel pen on the gold parts of her kimono. Oh, so I have my double page spread that I love, that I did not too long ago, the end of 2019, because this was a whip for months and months and months, and I finally finished it. And I talked about it in a completed pages video, so you can check that out on my channel for the month. I don't know what month it was, but you know, it's around. And I used washi tape for her clothing, but y'all know I had a blast coloring the food on this page. I have a whip. This is a whip between Sammy, Francis, and I, and we've had this whip for like 2 years, and none of us have finished it. Shameful for me to say, because I actually got a good start on it and then I just stopped. And I had my cup colored a different color, like with gray. I didn't like it and I erased it out. And now that my skills have progressed, I know how I probably want to approach these now. But yeah, I did do some gold Gansai. No, yeah, I think this is my Gansai Starry gold watercolor paint on here. But yeah, one day when I feel motivated to do it, I'll reach for it. And then this one is my mama duck giving her baby ducks a bath. And I used coloring with Olivier. I think her channel name changed now. It's Olivier Odorant. And I used her tutorial to do like the cracked wall effect for this one. And I really hate that I did these flowers this way because they blend in too much with the background. Because I used white to outline them, and I don't really like it, but it is here. Let me make sure I am not missing anything, because I do have, you know, quite a few done in here. Not as much as I would like. Yeah, I think that's it. This is one that I want to do next, for sure. So let's go on to my Camilla Derico books. Okay, here I have Pop Manga Mermaids and Other Sea Creatures by Camilla Derico. And I love this book. I've done this mermaid taking a bath, and she has some neon gel pen, and there's glitter gel pen like around my ducks and parts of her tail. And I really love my bronze and silver and my bronze bathtub that I did down here. Let's see. I love this book. It's so many pictures I want to color. Ugh. Here is my circus catch, is what I named this, because she just looks mad as hell that they caught her and made her join this part of this circus, because she still has the net on her. And this was really fun to do. And I did their faces kind of like Harley Quinn right here. And I made him a snake or a lizard skin man because I used my watercolor on there, on him. And yeah, this one was really fun to do. And she has a bit of gold paint on her. And then it kind of came through a bit on her face. But I'm not concerned because I'm pretty sure by the time I get around to coloring her, you will not be able to tell. I love this one. It's so many in here that I have picked out to do. And I just need to do them, get off my rump and do them. So here I have my sea monkey page, and I love them. They're adorable, and all of my bananas are glitter gel pen, if you can see that. And I used some black acrylic paint to do the splashing around here. But yeah, I really like how this one came out. It was so fun to do. What else do we have? We have my, this is tagged to do for Halloween, because it has the skulls. That's what I tagged it for. have a color scheme and everything to do. Anyway, my Aquaman. And I used black acrylic paint because I started to do something interesting with this background. I can't remember what I was doing, but I know I screwed it up and I didn't like it. And I went in black acrylic paint, fix this all, and did that with a splatter effect. And boom, bam, he was done. And I used polychromos for him, actually. And he does have some glitter on him, even though that's not manly. But my Aquaman is okay with glitter. And, yeah, I had a lot of fun coloring him. Here I have a buddy color that I did with my fantastic friend Francis, and we did this one, and this was recent actually, and I had a lot of fun doing this one. And there is some glitter gel pen and I think a little bit of stickles on her, and I kind of was inspired to do her skin like with these scales on it from a picture that I saw on Pinterest. And this background was Neocolor too, and I drew the bubbles and whatnot just so it wouldn't be so empty or vacant or whatnot, just to add something extra. Yeah, I swear all these creatures in this book remind me of Pokemon for some reason. They just look like Pokemon. I love the seals. This book is just adorable. Like, how could you not like it? And I have one more book by her. This book was a gift to me by a lovely subscriber, and this is the very first coloring book that she has. And I've not done very many in here, but I have done my Iron Man robot, is what he was inspired by, Iron Man's comic costume. And there is some glitter gel pen, some gold paint, and whatnot about this page. And I did this like a couple of months back, so recently. And I think it came out really good. And then I have this one that I've done where I drew my little monster adoption sign up here. And I used polychromos on this gold part. Polychromos work really well in this book. I don't know. Everything works good in this book. It takes every meat, like all the water media, everything. It takes everything really well. So I'm just making sure. I think that's the only two. Yeah, I have some picked out, but those are the only two that I've done in there. Okay, Lizzie Mary Cullen, The Magical Journey, and I've done a couple in here. I've done the Las Vegas, and of course there's stickles on my Eiffel Tower, and my media of choice in this book is Inktense, and I just follow suit because that's what everyone else was doing. Here is my picture where I did a whole color along on my channel, and you are more than welcome to follow that if you want to get started in your Lizzie books. If you're intimidated and whatnot, it's the whole entire picture is colored, recorded. So yeah, you can check that out. And my foxes that were inspired by, one, my phone case, and two, my doggy. And I have some stickles here and there on this page. And I think that's, oh no, I'm lying. I am lying. Okay, so here is Borough Market, and I was inspired by the real Borough Market, and I used the colors that they have in their market. I think it's like the ceiling and whatnot. The fixtures of the market are this color, and I put a little bit of stickles on my moon up here, if you can see that, and I put some 3D puff paint on here, and then my brown glitter gel pen that I love. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that was everything that I've done in this one. Magical Christmas, and I've done a couple in here because I really like the Magical Christmas book. I did this double page spread quite a while back. It's a lot going on here, but it was super fun because it's just so lively and just light. You could just feel the levity in this picture, and it's just so cute. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this one. Here's a double page spread that Francis and I colored together, and it's Sherlock's home. This one is a buddy color with Francis and I because we love our Lizzie Mary Cullens. And this was the Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future, visiting Scrooge. And we completed this one not too long ago. My whip that I have with my Naked Santa, and I wrote the colors down so I could finish the building because quite frankly, I got overwhelmed actually with this one and kind of bored. So I know I'm gonna have to do the water again because it's rough looking. And that's everything that I have for my Lizzie Mary Cullen books. Okay, here I have my J Summer books, and I have Cute Witches, and I really adore Cute Witches. Like, I bought this without hesitation when I first saw it pop up without a flip through, because I just thought it was adorable. So here's one that I've done. I really don't like it anymore, but it's here because I really phoned it in and got lazy with these pumpkins. After I did these couple, I couldn't be bothered to keep doing it anymore. And yeah, it's washi tape on her, and I hate her hat, and I'm really not a fan of it anymore, but you know, it's here. And what else have I done? It's so many that I want to do in here, and I haven't gotten around to them. So this one I've done with her practicing her spells, and this huge rat here looking at her like she's bananas for some reason. And I think that's all I have done. Yep, and Cute Witches. Wonderful Christmas by J Summer. This is another one that I bought instantly at the introductory price without a flip through, because I really like the images that they had as samples. So here I've done a couple, maybe one or two. So here's this one, and this is I talked about in detail about this picture in a monthly coloring video. And then this is the very first picture that I did when I got this book, with Grandma and her granddaughter baking cookies. And that's everything that I've done in Wonderful Christmas. Finally, I have Vampires. This is the very first one, the OG one, way before they did grayscale and putting 2 books in one and all that stuff like that. So mine is the plain one from way back in 2017 when I colored in this, and this was one of my first ones because I actually like vampires, but not the scary vampires. So yeah, these are some earlier colorings that you'll see, and I'll just quickly flip through them because I think I talked about them before, but I'm not entirely sure. So this one I had messed up on their fur, and then I just took acrylic paint and just painted over them. But her outfit is supposed to be like suede, so it has texture. So I did that with a super tip base and then did pencil on top for this one. But you get double images, so I can do all these pages over again. Oh, I forgot about this one. Her jacket is still my favorite. I love her. And her little cat that reminds me of Salem from Sabrina. Oh, this one. And yeah, I think that's all of the pictures that I've done. I showed this one, right? Oh my gosh, I didn't even remember if I flipped it to this. But I remember I did this on my birthday in like 2017. So anyway, yep. This is Vampires. And here is Vampires Volume 2. And this one I don't like. It's like I like it, but I don't at the same time. Neo and Trinity is what this reminds me of. I had messed up on the background on the other one, so I blacked this out and was going to do her hair differently and everything differently, and I never got back to this one because there's 2 copies of each in here. This is one that I did recently where I was like, let me show this book some love. So I did this one. And that is it, other than the messed up one where I had done her hair like that, and I don't like this, but it is here. And that's pretty much it that I have for this book. So this will be a part 2. I think the next part 3 will be the last part, and I will be done. So thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next part.